Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be counting down the top 5 recently buffed weapons in Borderlands 3, and by recently I mean within the last 4 weeks. Gearbox have been increasing the damage of a lot of guns lately, and this video will showcase 5 of the best. If you're unaware of these changes, this will be a good way to get you up to speed and show you which ones to hunt down first. But with the way the buffs have been coming in lately, this may change next week, so consider this part 1. I'll do another if things change, but these are the best buffed weapons as it currently stands, and do let me know if there's something on this list you think I may have missed so I can put it in part 2. I'll also be letting you know where you can get these guns so you can try them out for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like. It helps motivate me to make videos like this, and let's dive in. We open this countdown with the hyper-focused ZX41, which got a nice big boost to its damage and has an increased chance to drop from the Go-Go Power Troopers, who you can find here on the map in Atlas HQ. The hyper-focus is a Hyperion SMG that can come without an element or in any of them. It has a high fire rate, good reload speed and okay damage, but that is improved a lot by its unique effect. You can see me testing it here, and the effect in question causes 2 bullets to be sent outwards 90 degrees of the initial impact point. These bullets will ricochet once off of world surface and can hit your target a second or even a third time. This causes the gun's damage to go through the roof, and although situational, the hyperfocus can rip through enemies lightning fast. Its unique effect essentially improves its damage by 200%. And the extra projectiles can hit multiple enemies. It's more suited to enclosed spaces because of its effect, but you'll find it useful in a wide range of areas, as long as it's not a complete open space. Now on to number 4, which brings us to the Sickle, which got a buff to its damage and fire rate. The Sickle has an increased chance to drop from the Warden. You fight at this area of the map in the Anvil. The Sickle is a blade-up assault rifle, and you may be thinking, no, it's a shotgun, and I'll say to you, yeah, I know, but it's an assault rifle. What it really is a shotgun that takes ammo from your assault rifle ammo pool. It fires at a rapid automatic pace with high damage and consumes the 2 bullets per shot. It can also come in any element. The Sickle is a very high DPS weapon, and although it consumes a lot of ammo, you'll practically never run out because its ammo pool is about 8 times higher than that of a typical shotgun. It rivals any gun for sheer brutality and can pop heads in a handful of shots. However, these shots are fierce with heavy recoil, and it is very hard to remain accurate for the whole magazine. Because of this, it's better up close as there's more leeway for your aiming, but when you do manage to land your shots, there's not much enemies that can withstand them. Number 3 now, and we have the HELLSHOCK, which received a good increase to its base damage, but also now fires an additional projectile. It has an increased chance to drop from Gigamind, you can find here in the Meridian Metroplex. The HELLSHOCK is another weapon with a high fire rate, and it also has a fast reload speed to match. It always comes in electric and shock elements which you can change between, and has a unique effect of ricocheting bullets, which not only ricochet but also ricochet in the opposite element, as you can see here. This also shows its heavy recoil, and we're seeing a trend here with this and the Sickle. The HELLSHOCK now deals great damage and can mount enemies extremely fast. Its shock incendiary combination is a classic and is useful in a lot of situations. It does need to be charged before firing though, which is a typical melee 1 trait, and because of its recoil, you may find yourself charging more as you readjust your aim to avoid expending ammo. That's its weaknesses right there, but when you are accurate and have ammo to burn, the HELLSHOCK is a very deadly weapon and is now comfortably one of the best pistols in the game. At number 2 we have the Krakatoa, a melee 1 sniper rifle that also saw a huge increase in damage. It drops from the Rampager in the Forgotten Basilica. The Krakatoa always comes in fire, deals exceptional damage, and fires at over 3 rounds a second. The last 2 points there are the main reason for why it's so good, and it also has a large magazine to handle it. Like many melee 1 guns, it must be charged before firing, but when charged you can empty its entire magazine. The magazine drains quick, and because of its fire rate and damage, it has a very high DPS. It's great at dropping bosses like Graveward, as you can see here on Amara, and I was able to drop him before his first phase even ended, which was made even easier thanks to my anointment, but it's also equally good in crowds too. Once you drain your opponent's shields, the flesh will be disintegrated almost instantly. It also has the special effect of spawning small volcanoes where enemies have fallen. These are fun to look at and will do the odd little bit of damage as well. Before I reveal number 1, let's dive into some honourable mentions, which are all great in their own right. One honourable mention is the Storm, a melee 1 sniper rifle that has an increased chance to drop from Krakatoa Jr., who you fight at this point of the map in Atlas HQ. The Storm received a 300% boost to its damage, and you can really tell. It has high impact damage with a nice damage radius, but where it really becomes special is with its effect that causes electrical orbs to rise into the air like storm clouds and blast your opponents with lightning. It practically produces 8 mini brainstormers that periodically zap any nearby enemies. These orbs are great for stripping shields, and because of the sheer number of them, make the Storm well suited to mobbing. After fully charged, it will only fire the 1 shot though, which does make its fire rate slow, but the damage that comes from that shot remains high, and the orbs are a great secondary effect that make the weapon even more enjoyable to use. Another honourable mention is the Firestorm, the Storm's fiery cousin, which is also dropped from Krakatoa Jr. The gun always looked like a beast but performed like a kitten, but now thanks to the hotfixes, that kitten has become a ferocious lion. The Firestorm always comes in incendiary and is the weapon you need if you're a pyromaniac or just like setting people on fire. They're kind of the same thing. The Firestorm, like the Storm, received a big buff to its damage, becoming 3 times more powerful. Its unique effect is to send 3 balls of magma into the air above your target before bringing them back down shortly after in a fiery explosion. The balls of fire deal great damage and are a great complement to its already high base damage and splash damage radius. Unlike the Storm, when charged you can empty its entire mag, which makes for a very high DPS weapon, although you will consume 2 ammo per shot. It's a great gun that's unique effect makes it even better, and I'm not sure there's a better spectacle. The last honourable mention I have for you is the Phaser, which got an increase to both its underbarrel and main weapon's damage. It has an increased chance to drop from atomic. You fight around this area in the Tanzania ruins. I considered the Phaser underrated, but I think with its patch last week that should change if it hasn't already. The Phaser is a blade-off assault rifle that can come in all of the elements. It has a high fire rate, good reload time, big magazine, and just in general is a good weapon that is now close to greatness. If only mine wasn't shock, I might have gotten it there. The key with the Phaser now, and why it has changed more drastically than you might have thought given my opening description, is the increased size of its underbarrel shotgun from 6 to 8 and its much faster regeneration rate. Its underbarrel deals very high damage, rivaling the Sickle in this countdown, and you can use it almost all of the time, especially if you're using a transformer. It's definitely the strongest part of the weapon, and it's good to see that side of it shine. It's great switching between long range and close quarter modes, and it being equally adept in both. The Phaser is now probably the most well-rounded weapon in the game, and it deals great damage too. There's simply nothing negative to say. Number 1, and we're here at last, the Lob, which has an increased chance to drop from Graveward. I've never seen a gun go from being so bad that it may as well have never been in the game to becoming one of the most glistening legendaries that I've ever set my eyes on. The Lob comes in any element and now fires 3 of its larger elemental orbs in a burst pattern. Although the orbs have limited range and are slow moving, they deal a massive amount of damage. They can also travel through enemies, allowing a single orb to damage multiple people, and they also have a large area of effect, where they will constantly damage enemies that are nearby. Although the orbs are slow moving, that's a positive in many cases, if you're playing as Amara or Zane, and deal increased damage the quicker you move. The Lob is great on anyone and doesn't take much effort to get it hitting peak damage. Defeating Captain Trant is trivial, as you can see here, and it's also surprisingly good with ammo. It's a little weird at being a Torg and not a melee 1 weapon, but with that you get a massive boost of damage with no charge time, so it's a win-win. But the biggest winner here is the Lob, for being the little gun that could. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot about some of the recently buffed weapons and which ones may suit you. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.